What's poppin', world? Y'all tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Yeah, once again, we got a controversial discussion we got to talk about. Without further ado, y'all read the title. Let's get right into it. Now, this is my 90-day threshold of smoking no weed, and I'm gonna let y'all know how it's going for me. I can't lie. I always say the first week is always the worst week because, you go through withdrawals and your mind trying to relearn itself. You feel me? On how it's processing information and cognitively it got to rewire itself to operate under a different kind of, mainframe or software, if you will. And, especially if you are a consistent everyday smoking person, yeah, it's very, very difficult because, your mind gotta unlearn to then relearn itself, and then you go through these little withdrawals and these little mental lapses and stuff like that. There's all those neurons in your brain trying to basically operate differently, right? They're trying to connect in a different way. And I'm gonna let y'all know the pros and cons. And I don't really feel like there's more pros and cons, but there are some cons, obviously. So let's continue. So I sleep better, right? So I sleep better. I wake up. I got more energy. I'm able to retain my ability to retain information is a lot more better, so I can grasp information better. What else? My face feels like I'm aging backwards. I'm 32 years old, mind you. And I used to have these dark rings around my eyes, and my eyes were always red and looking irritated, even when I wasn't smoking or I wasn't high, right? And another thing is like, I gotta be able to beat the drug test. So it's not good to be. I can't lie. That was probably a big component on why I stopped smoking. Drug test wise and stuff like that. And I'm also getting into the trucking industry. And if y'all already got y'all CDLs, y'all already know how long you got to put the bleezy down just to be able to cross over that finish line, right? But, also as well, like, I'm saving more money, obviously. And it wasn't like when I was smoking, I was one of them people that buy an OZ and then blow through it for like, 2 to 3 weeks, even though some people might consider that a long time. Yeah, man. And then third and lastly, I appreciate weed so much that I like to take breaks from it, because then you can get that, your tolerance goes back down. And then when you revisit it, you can just get that close to that same experience that when you were first smoking. You could just be drifting, instead of just chain smoking and trying to chase a high that you already numbed out your brain, right? So I do say, like, if you are gonna continue, this is not to discourage nobody from smoking. I would advise you to try it, but if you were to keep doing it, just do it in moderation. Don't just do it on some lifestyle stuff. And I understand this, and I'll leave it at this. Weed definitely affects it's a person-to-person, case study. I don't feel like weed affects everybody the same across the board. Some people are more motivated, some people are less or lazy. Some people like to eat a lot, and sometimes you can lose your appetite. That's me. I don't get the munchies when I'm high. When I'm high, I lose my appetite because I could barely feel my stomach. I'm gonna be honest. And some people are very talkative. Get y'all back right, man. Get y'all back right. I hit a bump over here on this traffic. But yeah, when y'all, I don't get the munchies, and some people are more quiet and introverts, and some people are philosophers, and they just feel like they know everything. And some people get freaking paranoid, and some people get lax. So it's a person by person case study, I feel like, on how weed affects. That's why I say, like, everything ain't for everybody. It's just kind of like, you know, not to get off topic, but like cigarettes. There's some people that as soon as they smoke cigarettes for about 3 to 4 years, they end up with health problems. And you got people that smoke for 50 years and they still, you know, they're still doing what they're doing, you know. So that's pretty much the gist of it, man. Like 30 days when I might go back to smoking, I was looking at about 6 months, you know, after I do the whole you know, cross the finish line thing. But then, you know, like I said, I decide if I may or may not cross that bridge when I get to it. You know, I don't want to, you know, think too far or get ahead of myself. But, you know, I just wanted to share this experience with y'all because, you know, I know certain people have their own outlook on how weed is. You know, some people think it's like counterproductive and, you know, a bad thing towards society, and then other people feel like if it's used for medicinal and medical reasons, you know, because it's more natural, it could serve as a good substitute instead of like the man-made, you know, chemical, you know, scientific, you know, man-made kind of stuff. So it's a lot of different conversations and controversy on it. And like I said, from my personal opinion and how I experienced it, I don't know. It's been great. It's been great, but it's a time and a place for me. That's it. It just depends who you are, your lifestyle, your wants and whatnots and stuff like that. So that being said, if y'all got any thoughts, leave them below. More videos on the way. I'm up out of here.